Hey guys, Luke here from Ad Ninjas Digital Marketing. Now is the perfect time to offer people with existing solar systems the new rebate for batteries. So the government has obviously just released an update where they're going to give you a huge rebate to anyone that takes up a battery for their solar system, which is a great deal, really. It's a saving of thousands of dollars. Now, what I want to show you in this video is something extremely powerful, and it's something that you can only do with digital marketing, and one of the tactics that I'm going to explain to you in detail. What we're going to be doing is taking an existing email list, an existing client list that you might export from your CRM, or people that have just shown interest through a lead-in form or something like that, an opt-in form. And we're going to take that email list and we're going to create an extremely powerful marketing list, remarketing list, to potential clients that would either A, want to get a new solar system with a battery, or B, have already got a solar system through you and would want to upgrade to get the new battery. So like I mentioned, this is the perfect time to do it because we've got this new rebate. People are thinking about it, it's in the news, it's on their mind, and we really want to take full advantage of that. So what I've got in front of me here is an email list a client of mine has created. This one has come from an opt-in form. I don't know what it was for. I think it might have been either for people looking to get solar or people that have already got solar. And it's a detailed list. It's got name and phone number. And if you're not doing this, I highly suggest that you do that. If you don't know how to do it, reach out to me. I'll show you. It's really easy. So what we're going to be doing is taking an email list. Again, that can come from your CRM or an opt-in form or your website or whatever. And we're going to upload it and create what's called a lookalike audience. Now, what that means is Facebook will take the data, the email that you give it, and it will match it against its own system. So a lot of the time people will only have one email, or they'll use that email to create a work profile or a business profile on Facebook. And we give this information to Facebook and it knows who to put the ad in front of, and it also creates a lookalike audience. Now, a lookalike audience is probably something you might not be familiar with if you don't understand digital marketing, but I'm going to show you how that looks, how to create one, and how powerful that really is. So let's jump in, and I'll show you how to set this up and what it does inside Facebook. All right, so once you're in Facebook, now if you're not familiar with this, don't worry. If you've got someone managing your Facebook ads, they'll know how to do this for you. If you haven't got somebody managing your Facebook ads, just drop a message below. I'd be happy to help you out with it. So this is the business ads manager. You can't do this with a personal ads manager, and you can't do this if you're boosting posts. This is only available in the business manager, which is free to set up. There's no cost. Now up the top here, we've got this little menu. You drop that down and you'll go to all tools, and you see you've got a plethora of tools here. Probably a little bit confusing if you've never seen it before, and that's understandable. But the option we're looking for here, it's called audiences. So we want to click on that. Okay. So once it loads, you will need to select your account. So if you've got a business account, it'll be in the list here on the left. For this one, I'll just use an old personal one that I have. And what we want to do is go create audience. So you can see I've got two options here. I've got custom audience and I've got lookalike audience. We're going to start with the custom audience, and then using that custom audience, we're going to build a lookalike audience. So we create a custom audience. All right, and then this is where it's going to give me some options. So you can build a custom audience of people that visit your website, people that engage with a post or your Facebook page. But the one we're going to be using is the customer file. So our email list exported from our CRM or from our opt-in page or our website. So we click on that, the top one. And it just says here, add customers from your own file or copy and paste data. So that's what we want to do. We're going to take that first option. If you use MailChimp, you can import it directly through there, but we'll just select this one here. Click I accept. Okay, now it's going to give you a whole heap of options that you can use as identifiers. Now, if you've got the first name, the last name, the phone number, the email, all those things, you can put those in. But really, all you need is the email address. That's the most important thing, because when you put that into Facebook, it's going to know the person based on what email address they've signed up with. Phone number is also a good one. Some people do sign up with their phone number, but I found the most successful is the actual email list. So what we're going to do, if you have a CSV file, which most CRMs will export to, you can upload with that. But if you don't, you can just copy and paste the email addresses in. So I'm going to show you this option just to make things a bit easier. So let's say I could grab the whole list here if I really wanted to, which is about 1,000 emails. But just for the sake of showing you, we'll just copy these ones here. Okay, so paste those in. Right. Now what we want to do is we need to give this audience a name. So I'm just going to go solar existing solar systems installed. Now it's important that you name this something that you're going to remember, because once you are using Facebook for marketing, which I highly suggest because it's extremely powerful and it gives you very cheap leads, you want to, when you create audiences, you're going to be creating quite a lot of them eventually, and it's hard to remember what each audience is. So give it a name that you'll remember. So once you've done that, we want to select the origin. So is this from your customers? Is it from a partner, like a third-party partner that you've paid for that data? I'm just going to go directly from customers. So click on next. Okay, so you can see it's saying, yes, we've recognized that this is an email list, which is good. And then we would click upload and create. Now, you're probably wondering about security, and that's a really good question. Facebook has the best security when it comes to giving it information. Obviously, this information is people's personal emails. It doesn't actually store the email. It hashes the email. If you want more information about that, just go and do a Google search, and it'll tell you exactly how that works. Right, so it's got 5 rows uploaded. So all the emails I put in are all good. So hit done. Okay, and you can see I've got the new audience size here, and it's ready to go. It generally takes, once you put some emails in here, it takes about up to 20 minutes, between 20 minutes and 24 hours for it to go in and hash that data so that it's ready for you to start using. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the most important thing here, the most powerful thing, is this lookalike audience. So what we want to do is we go create audience, lookalike audience, and we choose the source. So our source is that email list that we just created inside here. So we go solar. Okay. Now, the location is important. I'm in Australia. This email list is from Australia, and the lookalike audience will be people living in Australia. What can happen though is if you're running a campaign and it's worldwide, you can create a lookalike audience from data from all over the world and then target certain countries. That's probably more complex than what it needs to be right now. So we'll just keep it simple. We're just going to go just for Australia. And to do that, we'll go countries, and then we'll select Australia here. Okay. Now it's asking me what audience size I want. So 1% audience size means that it's the similarities to my existing list are very, very close. So let's say, for example, people in my list are interested in solar energy, renewable energy, saving the earth, all of those types of things. saving money, saving the environment. Facebook will take the emails, it'll look at those people, what they're interested in, all of those points of data, and it will create an audience very, very similar to the original data that you give Facebook. And it's so powerful, and I've had extremely good success using this method and putting ads in front of people that are either A, interested in getting solar, or B, have got solar and want to upgrade and get a battery. So this gives me the option to select up to 10. Now, as you creep up the list, the audience size becomes bigger. But what happens is the similarities aren't quite there. So Facebook has an enormous amount of data. I think it's about 200 to 300 points of data on each person on Facebook. And as you increase this audience size, that lookalike is not, it grows. So there might be some similarities, but they might be interested in other things outside of the original email list that you give to Facebook. Now, I'll show you a little trick. What you want to do is you click Advanced Options, and now I'm going to create 3 lookalike audiences. So I'll have from 0 to 1%, so quite similar to the original audience. 1 to 2, again pretty similar, and then 2 to 5. So it's a massive audience, and it's going to be great for testing, but they're probably not as close here as the original audience. So I always do this because it's good to try out and see what happens when you create the audience. So hit Create Audience. Okay, now normally I would probably have a couple of thousand email addresses that I'd put in, and what it's telling me is the source is too small. Facebook doesn't have quite enough data to build the audience. So basically I just wanted to show you how this works and why it's so powerful. These lookalike audiences just kill it, and you're going to get crazy good leads. So if you're using someone to create Facebook ads, or you want to try this yourself, very easy to set up. If you want to reach out and you need some help generating leads for batteries or new solar, that I can help you with that too. So that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one.